Good morning. Good morning. We are back with more Monster Hunter Wilds content coming to you from Gamescom over in Germany. And welcome back. I'm Ajax, and we're going to take us through a little bit of gameplay and enjoy what day 3 has to offer. So let's get into it.
Of our Monster Hunter Wilds Gamescom stage show. Now, of course, some of you may know, but I have with me today an elite team of hunters who you'll probably recognize. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce Monster Hunter Wilds producer Ryozo Sujimoto.
Okay. We're going to have the same guys last few days.
And we also have with us today
Smoke
Monster Hunter
intro.
Wilds Executive Director and Art Director Kaname Fujioka and Monster Hunter Wilds Director Yuya Tokuda. So Ryozo-san, how are you feeling today?
良三さん、どういうお気持ちですか、今。
いや、久しぶりに5年ぶりにゲームズコに来てこの熱気を見れて本当に嬉しいです。
It's been about 5 years since I last got a chance to come to Germany, so I'm really excited to be here with everybody.
Awesome. Now, as you know, there's a bit of noise in the hall today, but we're monster hunters. So tell me, are there any hunters in the crowd today? That's good, but I know we can do master rank level noise. Are there any hunters in the audience? Yeah!
Okay.
That's the stuff, gentlemen. Make yourselves comfortable. Now, for those of you that might not be too familiar with Monster Hunter, you've come to the right place. So, Monster Hunter Wilds is the next mainline Monster Hunter title launching in 2025, and coming with it is a deep, engrossing narrative story and the awesome hunting combat you know the series for, whether you like to play solo or with your friends. And yes, crossplay is confirmed for Monster Hunter Wilds as well. Oh yes, I like you a lot. So no matter where you choose to play,
the same
you can buddy up with
spiel. I
hunters
think it's just for
across
bigger
the world.
audiences each
So yeah, we're
time,
super,
or
super
newer
excited
audience
about that. Now,
each time.
I think I've spoken enough. You're here to see some hunting action, and we are here to deliver.
All
so
right,
after I
here we
take
go.
a
Let's
seat,
get into the
Monster Hunter
gameplay.
Wilds director Yu Takuda will be leading the charge in the Windward Plains. So let's get started. So we're just choosing from the template in the demo build here. Of course, for the full launch, as you know, in Monster Hunter, customization is a huge part of the game. So there'll be a full customization suite for you to create your hunter and Palico buddy.
Disclaimer is so important.
猫かぶったの
I think we'd have a lot of people worried if
accidentally
this were the
chose the same
character
cat,
creation
apparently.
screen.
Oh, a popular choice.
藤岡さんも一緒です。
みんな一緒で
I feel like I'm the
It's
odd one
okay.
out with my Palico.
みんな一緒で行こ
Let's go with the same kitty companion.
So here we are at base camp. Tokuda-san, what weapon are you fancying today?
今、拠点にいるんですけど、どの武器種を選ぶ予定ですか？
そうですね、今日はサポート中心に弓と狩猟笛とかにしましょうかね。
I think I'm going to focus on more of a support role today, so I'm going to go for the bow and the hunting horn.
Oh! I think the screen.
Right. And I think this is the first time we've seen the hunting horn in full action from
いや、
Gamescom.
わからんよ。
お
We're asking which
At least
weapon
officially.
types the other two are going to use. Will it be
Probably a lot
the
of
same as
streamers that
usual?
have it.
よし、今日は僕はハンマーを使います。
Today I'm going to make a big change and I'm going to go with the hammer.
I am surprised. I am surprised. Okay, so Ryoza-san, you've gone for the hammer. And one more time, what's your second weapon?
Ryozo-san is just always hammer, all the time.
2個目の
He doesn't play anything
誰
else.
藤岡さん
It's great.
洋蔵さん、はい。
今日はね、武器の2種類目が、本当は製品版では両方ハンマーにするんですけど、今回はワンジャンル1つしか持てないので、デモ版は。 なんでまあ何でも大丈夫なんですけど、まあ体験ぐらいどうせ使わないですけど。
To be honest, I don't really care what the second one is because I'm going to focus on using the hammer anyway. And in the full game, I can actually have 2 different hammers in my slots, and that's what I intend to do.
これもう
That's a good choice.
Mm.
And what about Fujioka-san?
始まってます。
Fujioka-san no Bukushi wa,
ランス
of course, the lance.
A good choice.
でちょっとね連れてきますね。
え、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、待って待っ
ついてきてくださいよ。
て。いいよ。ついていくよ。
今誘導玉使いました。
その赤いエフェクトが出てるときは誘導玉が効いてて、そっちに追っかけてきてくれるってことね。
そうですね。みんなついてきてる？
You can see that there was a red line effect appearing on Tokuda-san's screen.
Yeah.
That means he's used a luring pod with his slinger, and he's drawing the monster to where he wants to bring it for the hunt.
So not only can you use that to draw a monster to a specific location, but if you're playing in
なるほど。
multiplayer,
Oh.
there must be other benefits, right? Like
見てください。
for an aggro.
お、
今土砂熊が落ちていってます。
おいおいおい。
おー大丈夫落ちお
おいおいおい。
あれ辻本さん何してんのあ落ちた辻本さん
Yes, thank you, Jono, for letting us
嘘でしょ
know what we're doing.
Unfortunately, Ryozo appears to have fallen into the sand
Oh,
trap
wait.
as
最後
well.
あ助けた方がいい
Oh, they got the,
辻本さんおらんやん
おいおい。
The actual thing swapped again.
He's become stuck
俺
underneath
が落
the
とされ
sand
てるやん。
pits.
So Ryozo-san is in the bottom left, not the top right.
ジョノは乗ってくれてますね。
これは
So,
要するに今もう
俺は下にいるよ。
Tokuda-san's pointing out that you have managed to
Oh,
plant the
戻るよ。
monster.
落ち。
Oh
止ま
no.
った？
Tomata.
これは
It crashed.
ちょっと待っ
It's
て。
all part of the fun of doing it live. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
もう一回やろ
Please bear with us while the staff get on stage and help us try and get the game running again.
But yeah, so the quest we're playing today is actually Quest 2. So for those in the audience, Quest 2 is our multiplayer experience where you'll be playing the same scenario that we've been doing. And on the other side, we have Quest 1, which showcases the deep narrative-driven story that we're bringing to you with Monster Hunter Wilds. So depending on what you fancy, like if you're new to Monster Hunter, I'd highly recommend Quest 1. But if you've got a couple of hunts under your belt, Quest 2 is definitely the one to go for. Now, quick question. What is the best weapon in Monster Hunter? Let me know. Insect blade, longsword, dual blades. Oh, look at that.
う。おお。
What do we think about the hammer? Yay!
What do you think about the gun lance?
Ah!
いいね。
Not so many, I don't think.
What do we think about the sword and shield? Oh, hey! You left me hanging. You left me hanging right there. I was sweating for a
I
moment.
thought they were going to boo for a
They're
second.
having some
I
minor
would've
technical
cried. I would've
difficulties.
cried. What an awesome community we have, though. Thank you so much.
We should be back online in just a few moments.
俺はもう落ちないで。絶
There we go.
対落ちない。
Ryozo promises not to fall into a sand pit this time, so maybe it's for the best for him. He gets a chance to redo it.
That's true. Maybe we'll see some more fishing. Who knows? Or
Oh,
inconvenient cooking.
釣りに行く予
画
定でしょう
面変えてもら
か。
っていいよ。
オッケーオッケー。
もうプレイしてますね。
オッケー
はいはい
です
行きましょう
これちょっと飛ばしちゃう？飛ばしちゃっていい？
はい、飛ばして大丈夫です。
Okay.
画面、これ一回喋ったじゃない、こういうテキストとかは早送りできます。
So you may notice that we're skipping the cutscenes here. So skippable cutscenes are confirmed.
Okay.
We're getting lots of new information over the last 3 days. You're very generous of you, Takuda-san.
ここ3日間でいろんなディテールについて触れてもらってますね。Ryozo san wa,
ハンマーです。
I thought I'd give it a go and ask him which weapon he's choosing this time, but can you guess the answer?
Hammer.
Correct.
今回何回ハンマーって言った
How many times have you said hammer on this stage?
相当言ってるで
よし、みんなちゃんとやるでこれ。
Okay, guys, let's do it right this time.
オッケー
もうクエスト化しますよ。
オッケーオッケー行こ
え？
I'm on the way. You know, I'm glad I've got a sacred with me so I can close ground quickly. Oh, so was that the sneak attack for the bow we saw there, Takuda-san?
今、弓で後ろから狙ったんですね。スニークアタックで。He's super focused.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, there we go. Just like our focus mode.
As we always say, it's difficult to play and talk and show the game off at the same time.
Absolutely. So an interesting fact about Doshiguma, one of the monsters we've revealed so far, is it is actually a herd monster. So normally when you encounter this monster, it's not on its own, it's got some buddies with it, bringing with it a new challenge for you to overcome as hunters.
さっきバールハーラーが竜舎を作った場所に今いませんね。このようにモンスターの生態行動によって、罠になる場所が変わったりします。
So you may notice that the Balahara, which were creating a sand trap last time, they're no longer there, and it's not exactly the same situation. So it's just an example of how this is really a living ecosystem, and it's unpredictable as to what's going to happen in any given hunt.
So it's a surprise
Yeah,
every
they're
time.
right. The Balahara
Even for the
are
team
not
here who
there
have
like they
probably
were
played a
last
fair
され
bit.
てますね。
Tokura-san just opened the map there, and you can see that he's able to check out where the Balahara are on the map if he wants to maybe go to them and lure the monsters into a trap, and it looks like he's just about managed to.
Oh my goodness. So the environment is not only potentially dangerous to the hunter, but to the monsters as well.
Well, Ryozo-san just proved that for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Right, we go down there again.
Mata
That is
落ちる
poor
とこやった。
Toshiguma.
こっちから行こう。あれ、どこや。
Here we go. Toshiguma's making us have a chase here.
おお、なんか上におる。あ
Oh, I heard that crunch.
みんな来ましたかね。あ、りょうさんは
向かってる向かってる。
Just asking each other if we're all in the right place here. Is everyone together hunting the same monster?
あ、い
Oh,
た。
I've managed to mount another Doshiguma.
わあ、やばい。チャタ。チャタ
ラブラも来た。
ラブラ連れてきたよ。
いろんな、おいおいおい。
Ryozo seems to have taken a
yeah.
cabra with him into this castle.
友達かい。
Who's that, your friend?
This is a hunting party and everyone is invited.
ターゲットのロシアグマじゃないやつが
So
争
they
いま
have
す。
all three monsters all together.
Yeah, it looks like we also have the non-alpha Doshagama are also getting involved here.
大体行って
Yeah, plus the
There's
other
a
two
monster man.
Doshaga.
おお、すごいすごい。
It's
大
five.
変なことになってる。
帰ってきた。
大変なことになってる。
That's impressive. Five monsters.
えらいことになってるやん。
This is quite the situation we find ourselves in.
Oh, yes.
あれ、チャタラブラどこ行ったか。
こういう時には大根や手玉で全部散らしてもいいんですけど、おーっとまたジューサー違うな。
At a time like this, you can use the new large dung pod to try and
今
clear away those monsters that are getting involved in the scrap who aren't your target.
So you can isolate a specific monster so that you're not getting attacked every which way.
あ、りょうさんはどこだ？
Where are you, Ryozo-san?
ちょっと帰ってしまった人を取り戻してくる。
何をしようしてんのお前。
He's just popping off
Oh,
to
nice.
into some business, which I think we'll be able to see where he's going now.
これ今ロシアグマこけたと思うんですけど、この砂が変形する場所で大きな行動をしたときにモンスターがこういうふうによろけてこけることがあります。
Yeah, you can see here that the Doshagama has actually fallen over here in the sand dune scenery.
So the sand itself can actually cause trips on the monster.
Exactly, they can get, they can stumble on the scenery, and that can cause them to fall over, which is a chance for you to attack them.
Which explains why Takuda-san brought it to this specific area to make it easier for us. Oh, I've managed them out. So we mentioned before that in Monster Hunter Wilds, there's more than one attack you can do on a mount, right, Takuda-san?
徳田さん乗った状態で確かに攻撃の種類は増えてるんですね。
そうですね、今まではナイフ攻撃しかできなかったですけど、 ナイフにより強い攻撃と武器による攻撃がでも出せるようになってます。
I was
Yeah,
trying to
it
watch
used
the
to be just a
hunting
single
horn.
knife attack where you were
Not,
stabbing on the monster's back.
not
but
able to see it
now
that
when you're
well.
mounted, you'll have a stronger and
This
a
one
weaker
looks like
attack
a
as well as a special
saxophone.
attack
It's
per
kind of neat,
weapon.
or a
やばい
oboe.
俺今のところほぼ何もやって
Tenor
ない
saxophone, it looks like.
あなた何してんの
Ryoso and Fujioka-san are just kind of having a bit of an argument. Oh, I'm not really doing anything at the minute, am I? Where are you? Get over here.
何してた
武器を変えろと言われてます
え誰に
変えてみてはどうか
あど
Well,
うです
you
か
guys told me to change my weapon up from the hammer, so I went to change my weapon.
Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, we've seen a weather change. What's happened here, Tokuda-san?
今、異常気象が起きているようですが、どういう状況でしょうか。
この隔ての砂原は、砂嵐を
切れちゃった
雷を伴った砂嵐が異常気象として発生する場所になります。
何をしよ
特定の時間、特定の時間になると、降排気、異常気象、北上気といったサイクルを繰り返す、フィールドになっています。うわ、すごい。
Yeah, so this is currently called the inclemency. It's a period of very harsh, wild, and violent weather. It's very dangerous. You're going to find that each map, like this windward plains, are going to cycle between periods of fallow and periods of plenty. And it happens on a sort of set weather cycle. And each of the different conditions has a different effect on the map.
So that can affect not just the large monsters, but the endemic life and available materials. I just felt the wrong end of a hammer.
I love it how they're focusing it on the hunting horn. We have not seen enough of that weapon.
And also what I've just done on the sword and shield there. So I believe, is there a reward for timing a block in Monster Hunter Wilds, Tokuda-san?
今、片手剣で出した技のように、ジャストでブロックすると何かが発生するんですね。
そうですね、ガードの武器、この多くがジャストガード判定ついているものが多くてですね、ジャストガード、普通のガードでもジャストガードでもですけど、つばぜり合いが発生します。ジャストガードの方がつばぜり合いが発生しやすいですね。
Yeah, the power clash that you just saw is something that it can also happen sometimes when you just block normally with a guardable weapon,
Yeah.
but all the weapons pretty much now have a perfect block timing mechanic built in, and if you manage to pull one off, I think you're guaranteed to get a power clash happening.
So you can play it safe, or you can go high risk, high reward. And also I noticed, Tokuda-san, what's this area effect that's coming from your hunting horn?
そうです、これが狩猟笛の、響き玉です。響き玉に入るだけで、バフ効果だったり、うお、誰だ攻撃する効果とかがつくんですけど
Yeah, so
他のプレイヤーにも
I've created this echo bubble, which means that while you're inside, you'll be able to get increased levels of buffs during the hunt. So this is another of the hunting horn's
今回はそ
support
の
features.
響き玉の範囲で、演奏攻撃をするとこの響き玉からも攻撃あたりが発生して、追加のダメージが取れてます。
And if you play a song while you're inside that echo bubble, it'll resonate inside, and that will create a damaging effect that will hurt monsters as well.
Oh wow, so not only does it buff yourself and your teammates, but you can use it offensively as well for even more damage. And some people say the hunting horn's a support weapon.
もはやサポート役じゃなくなったんですね。
いやサポート役の役割は十分に担えるんですけど、プラスしてうまく立ち回っていけばダメージも望めるような設計にはなっていますね。
Well, it's still a great support weapon, but it just has more options on its toolset available to help you contribute to damage during the
I
hunt.
love
wow,
this
so
hunting
more
horn
damage,
that's
more
on his
dudes.
back.
Wow, it's like a great
It's
time
a,
to try hunting horn.
It definitely looks like a tenor saxophone. Oh no, Ryozo crashed.
ごめんなさい俺のが落ちちゃいました
Unfortunately, it looks like Ryozo-san has dropped out of the hunt, but the rest of the other three.
そういうことか
今日は機嫌悪いですねちょっと
悪いですね。
ごめんなさいちょっと待って
もうね
何も見せれてないな
Please
Thank you.
wait for
You're
a
an
moment.
awesome bunch. You're an awesome bunch.
もう一回やろう
Let's do it again, shall we? Once we get a chance.
So they're a little
At
delayed.
this rate,
So we'll go
Ryozo's
ahead
never
and
going to get a chance to go
go
fishing.
ahead and
I know.
pause and then
We
come
must
back
have the
as soon as
Ryozo
they're
San
ready.
fishing trip. Right out onto a challenging quest.
Okay, we're back. They are getting started again. Perfect.
し早速行こ
行きましょう。誰かジョーの料理し始めてる。
う。ジョーのうまそうなの食べてるな。
Looks like Jono, you've decided, as you said, to take the chance to eat before the hunt. That looks
Yeah.
pretty delicious.
It looks incredible, and also I believe I've got some ingredients that have buffed my attack. So if we're going to be taking on Doshiguma, I wanted to make sure I hit a little bit harder.
よっしゃ。
Yeah, just some technical difficulties today with
みんな
all
来て
good
ますか
though. They still have
Okay, is
solid
everyone together this
six and a
time?
half months to 7 months for the game releasing to actually get this fixed. So, not a worry at all.
All right, Doshiguma. There's
It's
four
really
of
the
us
only
this time,
technical
I
pivot
think.
I've seen failed over time.
今度は4人で一狩り行こうぜ。
そうですよ。
Watching all of the gameplay that's been coming out about Monster
あ、お願いします。
Shall I throw a dung bomb? Yes, please.
燃やしした
だよ今言ったで
Did you throw a dung bomb? Yeah, I just told you I was going to do that. You know, it's difficult to catch these guys quick back and forth conversation, so
Communication is key in the hunt.
いや
yeah,
いや。
we would need 2 more translators to get everything, so.
Managed to get the mountain there to buy some time for my team.
Nice.
I've made a wound now, and I'm going to go for a draw finisher. And we have a nice damage window now. Oh, big sweep attack there. So as you can see on Takuda-san's screen, it's really easy to transition between being in the hunt and to our new 3D map in Monster Hunter Wilds to help you quickly reposition or get an idea of your surroundings.
お願いします。
I really want to get a better look at that map.
ヨードさんいます？
They don't hold them in this
Kai-Chi-Kai.
very well.
Ryozo-san, are you around? Yeah, I just got back.
But also,
ちょっと
I want to get a better look at some of the
Yudo
settings.
settings.
I think
いらんことせんといい。
Ryozo-san was
Can I do,
Eh,
can I
yeah,
use the
but-
running
learning
the
ball?
settings
Hey, don't do
before,
anything we don't need right now.
but we couldn't really see it because it was
ちょっと
broken
誘
up.
導していい
選択肢があるならやめて
スタワナ使ってからにしましょう。
If you have any other choices, don't do that right now.
もうやっちゃった。
なんでなんで
These
Nande?
are like old hunting
This
friends
video I'm being a
constantly.
little quiet is it was
よしみんなこっ
very
ちや。
early
ほらほら。
where
ほらほ
I
らが
am.
今あったのに。
My wife is still sleeping,
What's
so
that?
何しよ
trying to be as quiet as I
And so
can.
what you're seeing as well is the team, how easy
Yeah.
it is to call Sacred to help you improve your mobility. So, you know, when in doubt,
Yeah.
Sacred's got your back.
ここにはキャンプがあるから。
Yeah.
で、
ういやいやいや
Ryozo is
おい
actually
上がってきた上がってきた。
he's luring the monster up to our pop-up camp, which might not have been the best
こんなとこに
idea.
まで。痛い痛い痛い痛い
何しよ
痛い痛い痛い。
What are you doing?
ちょっと一回入りましょうか。
I'm sure that bear cloth is strong enough to hold
あ
うわ壊された。
back a Doshiguma. Oh, no.
He broke the camp.
うなんや
壊された。
それがやりたかったんか
これがやりたかった。
Is that what you wanted to do?
狭すぎます。
これがやりたかった。めっちゃ狭いから。
バッテリーがしてる。
This is quite a tight spot to be
That was,
continuing the hunts.
yeah, then that power clash there really put my back against the wall.
見えへん見えへん。
もう俺の役目終わったぞ。
違うやろ
ここ狭すぎます。
I've done my part.
My job here is done.
ス取ってくれ
Didn't do anything.
お前の役目はスタン取ることや
Well, I guess it'd be a good excuse to find another camp location, should the need arise.
狭いなここ。
あんたが連れてきたんや。
We're really in quite a tight spot here, but that's Ryozo-san's doing. So
おっしゃさん取ったよ。
あナイス。おお。
え
Ah, the
Takuda-san,
launch
what
was
did we just
so
see there?
good.
今のはどういう攻撃だったんでしょうか。
今の赤ゲージの、状態で基準カブト割りから
動くよ。
BS 押して。
つながる新しい技ですね。
動か。
BS 押して。BS ボタン。
あ、来た来た。
Just making sure the others are connected. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't catch all the moves he said he did, but they sounded pretty good.
So that is a new longsword move for Monster Hunter Wilds, basically what we
ち
saw
ょっと
there.
ここ狭いから別のとこ行こうよ。
お前が連れてきたんや。
Maybe we need to move out of here and get to somewhere a little bit.
どう
おい、
Sounds like a plan.
どうしてくれるか。
そこで小足玉使ったり誘導玉、あ、OK です。
やべえ。
およ。
おお。
これなんとあれですね。
So the inclemency period has returned now. So not only do we have to watch out for Doshiguma, but also the lightning strikes.
あれ
前田さんが
The landscape.
誘導してました。
ちょうど向かいのステージで。
狙われてた。
よし。
So I've quickly swapped to the light bowgun, and I'm going to try and apply a paralysis so the team can get a
Wait.
big damage window.
ちょっと皆さんダメージ取っててください。
あ
Oh, and there we go.
あ、チクった。
Oh my gosh. That whips it around.
It looks like Takuda-san was looking on his map there and found
Thanks.
something new to bring into the fight.
You know what? I'm sure it's something that's going to definitely help us and not be any danger to our well-being.
Light ray.
あ。これ特訓このままやり続けていいのかな。
はい、大丈夫です。そのままやっててください。
They're checking, are we okay to just keep doing what we're doing here? And Takuda-san said, yep, it's all part of the plan.
あ、みんなの画面でいいですよ。
枝来た。
Uh-oh, no, not now, Doshiguma.
あれ特訓どこある。
みんなの画面でいいですよ。
これ普通にやっていいんやね。
Are we okay to keep going and just keep...
Yeah, we're going to keep working with Doshiguma here. Nice teamwork as well. I see Fujioka-san's lance is keeping Doshiguma exactly where we want it.
In the meantime, it looks like Takuda-san's engaged in something of a different battle.
Yes.
もうすぐ。
レーダーを折ったん。
どうやろう。
Is Ray Dower on?
ダウン来ます。
来てるな。
Here it comes.
お
来た来た。
どうぞ。
何？
ボストジャークマンに当てたいので。
Oh my goodness.
うわいや最悪や。別のやつにあ、来た来た、よかった。来た来た来た来た、よかった。おいおい、どこ行くねん。
危ね。
うわおるやん。 お
This is a shocking development.
Yeah.
ちょっと待って
これ昨日レダウにやられたからちょっとリベンジしよう。
え
We also got carded yesterday by
やりだした。
Ray Dao, so
やんの
it's time to avenge that
土砂
card.
熊
It is.
に当てましょうちゃん
Absolutely
と
is.
さあ
どうすんの
リベンジリベンジ。
どっちよ
レダウレダウ。
レナビやん
Getting
の
my revenge.
違うけど
キャンプ壊されてる
あ
やばいや
I wonder if they're actually going to take him all the way down. Just
やばい
ーやばいやばい。
おーやばい
危ないね。
So for those wondering, yes, Ray Dao is a thunder-based
Wait.
monster.
これ結構時間も遅いのにレダウやる必要ないです
お
ね。
前やろ
Given that we're running out of time on stage, I don't think we really need to focus on Ray Dao right now.
I will go where the hunt needs me. Where should we go?
来た来た。おい危ない。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。やばいやばい
やばい
やばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。
これ土砂熊クリアいけないですよ
あれはいやばい
これは
徳田さんどこにおんの
いや今ちょっと補充してみたんですけどキャンプ立てて
So, Kalame was asking where
危ない
the sun
危ないなんか危ないよ
and he was stocking up on
Alright.
supplies to come back into the hunt.
危ない
Good idea.
危ない死ぬやばいやばいや
You'll forgive me if I don't
They're gonna-
translate
Yeah, right.
the stream of no, no.
やばい
They're gonna sell them off the way down.
うわ死ぬ
I'll get the life powders.
やばいちょっとやばいよちょっとやばいちょっとやばい
This is bad, this is bad.
It's alright, it's alright. I got this, I got this.
あ移動した。
It looks like it's on the move.
いやーやるのこのまま
体験マッチで
やばいって
の、プレイ時間でレダウを倒すこと自体はできる
できる。
できますね、まあ
It is actually possible to defeat Ray Dao in this demo, so if you have a chance to try it out, you're
やるか。
free to take on
や
the
る
challenge.
It's definitely worth a go. Has anyone in the audience managed to beat Ray Dao yet? No. Oh,
土砂
や
熊
ばい
maybe one.
土砂熊
If not,
One
Ray.
lady over here.
Oh yeah! Wow! Congratulations.
やばい水温さんは
オッケー。
僕のコントローラーがもう悲鳴を上げてます
何？土砂熊行こうか。
Yoko-san feels like he's going to break his controller in half. He's gripping it
やばい
hard.
やばい危ねえどうすんの今どうなった
今はね。
I'm trying to build
Saksai Kaigi
stun damage.
待ってくれどういうことや
Yozo's just having a bit of a one-man strategy meeting over here. figuring out what he wants to do.
土砂熊行くならファストトラベル使ってくださいエリア16
いやでも今スタントするよ。
Tokuda-san used fast travel here again to pop back to a different section of the map. And he's going to use that to get himself closer to the actual
yeah.
original target of the
Yeah,
hunt, the
but-
Alpha
土砂
Shagama.
熊じゃないの
Ah.
Let's go for the
Yeah,
Alpha
but-
the Shagama, guys.
皆さん
We're on our way. So if I press up on the D-pad as well, I can get Sacred to just go to that waypoint, and at any moment, I can just go back to manual, and then when I want to,
Yeah, right.
I can go back to automatic. It's that easy. So the choice is yours on how you choose to travel on your Sacred.
And you can sharpen your weapon.
You can, just like this.
やばい
You can also use
Ah,
your
危ねえ
slinger
危ねえ
to grab items from afar.
やばいやばいあいかん
逃げた。
いやー逃げた許してくれたと言って
Ray Dawes has finally
もう
run
ええ
off.
やろって
He's finally accepted that he's no match for them. So.
Absolutely.
じゃあ行きましょう、土砂熊ね。
行こ
今ねちょっと変なところ入っちゃったんですよ。ここでやる？北条化してる。
Looks like we're bringing Raidal back into the open and onto the dunes.
う。あ、北上化してる。
砂に来てください。
はーい。
出ます。
枝を折るけど。
まあレダーもダメージ与えてもらいましょう。
It looks like we still have Raidal in the areas.
Uh-oh, he's back.
危ね。
レダーに当ててダメージ与えてもらいましょう。
あそこの画面か。4画面から。
あ、来ちゃったな。一発で。
あかんか。
まあでもちょっとは。あららら。
あ、ちょっと傾斜の
さあ
方。
倒しましょう。
あいが。
ちゃんと倒しましょう。
傾斜の方がいいですな。
Oh, Raidal, oh not Raidal, even Doshiguma is continuing to put up a big fight for us as well.
じゃあ本気で倒しましょうこれね。
倒しましょ
Okay, we're going to really commit now to finally slaying the Alpha.
Let's do this.
やばい。
う。違う違う、何やってんのよ俺。ポイズン。ジョーさん何してんの？ああ、傾斜。
いや傾斜が惜しかった。
あら。やばい。やばい。あ、いや。
うわ危ね。
I see we've got some poison on there, Doshiguma there, as you can tell, because that purple liquid coming out of his mouth doesn't look too tasty.
Whoa.
Nice. Get in front of him so we can see the poison effect. Armor.
Oh, we've got
Okay, nice.
another mount here.
あ乗ってる。
おい。
And I'm going to try and draw out the mount a bit longer here, so my hunting party can do a bit more damage while we've got Doshiguma distracted. I think that's enough time to bring Doshiguma down a bit.
Glad my Sonic the Hedgehog slide attack is back. The hammer.
弱ってる？
弱ってます。
Oh, this is a good sign, right?
Yeah, Fujioka-san also just asked, it looks like he's getting weakened.
寝ました。寝かしました。
でかさん、爆弾行く？
バカ。
行こう行こう行こう行こう行
みん
こ
な並んで爆
Shall we
弾。
set up some bombs
う。どこ？みんな。
to finish the
だ
job?
あ、
I think so, I think so.
えらい近いとこ置いたなこれ。
That's pretty close place to put it, but okay.
あ、行くの？
Well, we don't have to go close.
え
Here we go.
え置いた？
い、いいですか？
行くで
ちょっ。と待って、
Okay.
俺も置かせて。
Ready?
何？あーい。何誰？
もう時間ないから。
誰？
Who did that? Come on. We're running out of time, though.
あーも
We
うも
must
ういいや。
press on.
あいが。
今ので仕留めたかったな。
Since we did have some hardware problems, I'm being told that we're going to extend the hunt a little longer than the previous streams to give ourselves a little bit more of a chance here.
りょうさん、あそこのキャンプ壊させちゃったから使われへんのじゃないですか。
あれ使われへん。
あ、いける。
There would have been another sand trap, but unfortunately, Rozo fell into it earlier and it's
Okay.
gone. So the situation has changed.
Accidents happen, I suppose.
修理してくれたかな。壊れてもね、修理できるので、
お、マジ？
うん、
もう治ってるかな。
使いました。
よしよし、いいとこだ。
ちゃうよ。うわ、またおる。
もうでもそろそろですね。
いきますね。
これはクリアしたいって終わりたいよね。
ああ、行きたいな。
単発の肥やし玉の方を使います。
Shall I place another trap?
まだ爆弾持ってるよね。
Do you have any more bombs?
I'm all bombed out, I'm afraid.
罠張った。
罠を
I placed the trap,
いや、爆弾俺もない。
爆弾もない
but I haven't got any bombs.
Nice.
I think they're all ours.
ないよ。
ない。
もう少し
ないな。ない。
ダメージダメージ
じゃあじゃあ。
オーケー
オッケー。入った。ああ、行きました。
ああ、時間かかった。
ああ、危ね
Got the win.
え。いやー。いやいやいやいや。いやいやいや。大変でした
あー大変で
な
し。たな。
Well, that was a tough one.
大変やった。
Yeah, Doshiguma really made us work for those calves.
ご苦労様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
はい。
I love how you can just
ちょっ
walk
と
on
トラ
top
ブル
of
もあったけ
monster
ど、
now.
なんとかクリアできた。
We had a few bits of trouble happen along the way, but we got there in the end, and that's all that counts.
Well, teamwork makes the
Just
dream work,
how
and you
much
know,
more immersive,
the
how much more
journey is
realistic.
part of the ending.
Looks like the
は
monster
い、ありがとうござい
dropped
ます。
something.
魚こう。魚。ああ、ダメ。食えんかった。くそ。ああ、はるまさんもいたのに。あ、もう一回いけるか。無理か。あ、無理やったな。
You can see we're getting the quest and detailed screen right here in the field, right? So it's completely seamless. No need to be driven back to be taken back to camp or anything like that.
Absolutely. So we can either continue to choose to continue to hunt, go back to camp ourselves. Oh, what have we got here?
If you,
特段の画面を
if you take a look on Tokuda-san's screen, you can see that there are now special awards at the end of the
徳田さん、
hunt,
徳田さんです。
gives everyone different
どうぞ。
categories of how they contributed. So in
これ
this
じゃない。
case,
もう一個。
樽職人
樽職人。外してたけどな。
Ryozo was Hunter 3 and he got the beautiful bombardier.
Oh,
今魚。
Although he didn't
ジョノ
necessarily
は
hit
ラフサポートオールスター
Jono was the support all-star, so
I-
he was
I-
doing lots of buffs and
I-
heals.
I do
で
enjoy
藤岡
that.
さん一番傷破壊してる
And Hunter 4 was Fujioka-san, and he's done the most wound strikes.
And you can check these whilst you're still out in the field as well.
狩猟中にも経過が確認できる仕組みが。
ラストですねクエスト終了後に
we save
ハイ
this.
ライト
Well, yeah, you can check them right in the field.
Yep,
Of course,
so
at the
we're
end of
still
the
out,
quest.
yeah, with the
Ah.
seamless
フィ
gameplay.
ールドにいながら最後に確認できるんですね。キャンプに戻らないでという意味でした。Yeah, you
Had to
don't
be the
need to go
hammer.
anywhere. You get these awards and then you're still
Had to be
on where you were.
Ryozo's.
Then it's on to the next hunt. Well, that was a successful hunt in the end. We love to see it. So, Takuda-san, what would your first piece of advice be for new hunters when they first go into the Windward Plains?
今回初めてモンスターハンターを遊ぶ方が、ブースなどで遊んだ時に、砂原のマップに入った時にちょっとアドバイスとかもらいたいんですね。こういうことはしておくといいですよとか。
初めて遊ぶ方にはかなり今回チュートリアルが充実してますのでこの Tips だったり、お供や編纂者がボイスでアドバイスしてくれることをなるべく確認してもらってそこに忠実に、やってもらえると、適切なレベルカーブが、学んでいけるかなと思います。
I would encourage you to keep an eye on the advice of the handler Alma. She's coming out on the hunt with you and she'll be able to give you lots of support in real time. We also give you an option to choose the level of tutorials you want to see. So if you want to see all tutorials because you're not very familiar, choose that. If you're a bit more of a veteran, you can choose to see only some tutorials. So we've really got a lot of support built into the game.
あとはもう困ったら救難信号
If you get in trouble, your last ditch effort is the SOS flare. That will bring in the AI support hunters.
Fantastic. So depending on how much help you think you might need, there's something for you right there. I'll keep note of that one. And now we also have some questions from the community, which I've got here. So thank you to everyone that submitted questions to us before Gamescom. So the first question is for Takuda-san. So we've seen the new monster herd mechanic, both in trailers and now live here at Gamescom. How much can that influence the hunt? What more can we know about the herd aspect of the Doshiguma?
PV など今回の配信でモンスターが群れになるような現象を確認したんですけど、これはハンティングの方にどのような影響を与える要素でしょうか。
今回 モンスターの習性によっては、群れたり、あと、気候の状態の変化によって、環境の変化によっては群れたりするモンスター、たくさん数が出現するモンスターというのが、存在しています。でその先ほど100万のように、群れを率いるボスがいたりする生態を持ったりしているモンスターもいますので、非常に危険であると同時にたくさんの報酬を得たりするチャンスにもなります。
Yeah, the way the monsters can form herds or packs is really interesting because the target of the monsters, such as the alpha Doshagama, might not be the only one around. They might be in a larger group with other monsters there, and that's part of the realistic ecosystem I want to depict in this game. Of course, that can be more of a threat because there are more monsters to take on, but on the flip side, it's also more rewards. If you're able to take down those other monsters in the pack, you can gather more parts. So it's something that has two sides to it.
This is a whole new element coming to the hunt in Monster Hunter Wilds. Thank you. And our next question is for Fujioka-san. So monsters often have physical features and behaviors that seem to be borrowed from real-world creatures that makes them very credible and believable. Do you consult biology experts when creating new monsters? So for example, did you check any specific animals when creating Doshiguma or Chatacabra?
モンスターは非常に実際の世界の生物を元にしているような信憑性のあるデザインになってるんですけど、専門家に相談したりそういうリサーチをして作ってる感じでしょうか。
そうですね、長年みんないろんな動物を研究していっているので、今回土砂熊とかなんですかね、専門家に質問したリサーチしたりとかではないんですけど、自分たちでちゃんとその骨格を勉強したりとか、本物のその熊の骨格であったり、筋肉のつき方とか、そういったものも研究して、その骨格筋肉を生かしたり、あとは土砂熊とかは結構群れで追いかけてくるモンスターなので、顔に迫力を出したいっていうことで、大きな顔と、なんかこう走ってくるだけでこう肉が揺れたり毛が揺れたりっていうのはすごく、ブルドッグみたいなああいう、犬でこう肉がすごく揺れるみたいなのはめちゃくちゃ研究して、取り入れてます。
We don't necessarily consult biological experts, but we do a lot of research on our own. And as you said, real-world animals can often be a great reference for monster designs. Whether it's the new spider-type monster that we revealed in our recent trailer, we would take a look at how to design it from its skeleton structure outwards and how those real animals would behave. And today's target, the Doshagama, when it runs towards you, it's almost like a bulldog, where as it runs, you can see it jiggling all of its flesh and hair is kind of moving, and you feel this sense of movement as it rushes towards you. So we definitely take inspiration from the real world as part of our research and design process.
No, awesome. Thank you so much for answering that question. It's always great to learn more about the design process as well behind Monster Hunter. And thank you as well for everyone who watched. Obviously, for those of you at home, if you haven't joined Monster Hunter yet or played any Monster Hunter titles and you're excited about what you've seen today, I have good news for you. Because Monster Hunter World and Iceborne is currently heavily discounted on PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox, as well as Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak, which is also discounted on those platforms, as well as the Nintendo Switch. What's more as well, if you do own Monster Hunter World and have saved data for Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, Monster Hunter Wilds will have special saved data bonuses to get you some really cool gear for your palicos. So that's the same for everyone in the audience. I'm sure you've all already got your save data, but if you haven't yet, there'll be something cool waiting for you in 2025. And with that, that pretty much wraps up. Oh, we got some more comments actually.
Well, let's ask Rozo-san how he feels, because today is the final stage show he's going to be taking part in at Gamescom. So, Rozo-san, 今日でちょっとステージは最後なんですけど、Gamescom に来て3日間のステージをやってきてどういうお気持ちでしょうか。
そうですね。ちょっと僕たちここにいる3人はもう今日でステージ最後で明日とかにちょっと帰っちゃうので、ちょっとあれだけ皆さんにプレゼント。
Tell me where he's going specifically. This is our last day on Gamescom having a live stream, because myself and the team will be heading back to Japan this weekend. But I've brought something for you.
これを皆さんにちょっとね。
And he went off stage in a completely unrehearsed fashion, so I was a little bit worried for a second, but it looks like he has some giveaway goodies for the fans.
So tasty.
じゃあこれとりあえずね、はい、どうぞどうぞ。後ろの方にも 投げるね。
あー、いくぞー。はい。
Be
はいますね
careful.
はい
Stay safe.
もうない。
We're all on the same side.
はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。もうない。ごめんなさい。はい。
No merch is worth an injury.
いや本当に久々にゲームズコン来て本当にドイツの皆さん、ヨーロッパの皆さんの熱気っていうのを本当に感じましたので、この熱気は日本帰ったらチームのメンバーにも伝えますので、チームのメンバーこれ聞いて本当に喜ぶと思います。またドイツの方にも来たいと思います。皆さんモンスターハンターワイルズ、来年発売予定なのでぜひよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had a chance to come and visit Europe and especially to Germany and see all of the really passionate community fans we have here. So it's been amazing for me to feel your energy and your passion every day on the stage, and that's really given me a great motivation to go back to Japan, tell the team about how excited everyone was about the game, and hopefully have that become their motivation for us to wrap up development, aiming for the release next year in 2025. So thank you to all of the fans for all of your support of Monster Hunter and especially Monster Hunter Wilds.
Thank you.
And with that, a huge thank you to Monster Hunter Wilds producer Ryozo Tsujimoto.
Thank you.
Monster Hunter Wilds executive director and art director Kaname Fujioka. And of course, Monster Hunter Wilds director Yuya Tokuda. And of course, one big round of applause for you, our awesome community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, so for those watching at home, we'll be back in about 15 minutes
Yeah.
over in the stadium booth with Tokuda-san for some more
We're
gameplay.
gonna be
Thank you,
right back
everyone.
in about 15. So we're gonna take a pause and then we'll jump back on once we get there.
Hunter Wilds director Yuya
All
Tokuda,
right, and we
as
are
well as Patrick
back,
from Capcom Europe, who will be translating for us
getting
today.
ready to
Now,
watch some
we've just had
individual
quite the
stream.
exciting stage show. What are we going to be doing today, Tokuda-san?
先ほどのステージは非常に楽しかったですが、今日の配信はいかがしましょうか。
ここのクエストのことですか。
はい
はい、土砂熊は結構もう皆さん見てると思うので、ちょっと違うモンスター、バー
Okay,
ラ
so
ハ
they're
ラ
gonna
とか
go
見
through
ましょうか。
Dushagama again,
I
but
think that we've seen lots of Doshagama
Oh,
hunting
wait,
action
oh.
so far this Gamescom, so why don't we go for a different target and try the Balahara?
I like the sound of
they're
that.
gonna do the Balahara.
like
All
this.
right, I'm excited for this one.
やりましょ
OK
Let's get started.
これ人気あるね、すごくね。
The kitty.
う。People really like the Palicos.
The
They're so
Palicos
expressive.
are
Yeah.
so cool. I like the extra fur on them. They're really nice.
So we are back at our base camp. So as we're hunting a different monster in today's stream, which weapons are we gonna go for, Tokuda-san?
今日はちょっとモンスターのターゲットは変えるということですけど、武器商はどうしましょうか。
どうしましょうかね。レーダーでバーラハーラは結構長い、縦に長いモンスターなので、双剣とか結構良いんですけど、昨日やっちゃいましたね。
Well, given that it's got quite a long, sort of snake-like body, something like the dual blades might be a good choice for, spinning along the length of it. But we did already show dual blades off, so
This is
let me
true.
have a think here as I choose my weapon.
ちなみにね、さっきの配信でもちょこっとだけ見せたんですけど、アイテム
I'm noticing that there
Yes,
are
I
a lot of
Might have shown this briefly
tutorials.
on other stage shows and streams, but I'm going to take a look here at the detail,
I'm
item
curious
box
if they
menu.
do a little bit more of the menu explaining compared to World. It was very lackluster in World. Actually, the only thing that was lackluster in World is there was a lot of figuring out the menu versus them saying like, okay, what you had available to you.
バルハラに聞くんですけど、こっちのアイテムを活用していただくことも非常に有効かなと思います。
This is the full item box menu, which shows all kinds of items that are available, even things that are not going to be in your sacred pouch from the beginning of the hunt. So for those of you who want to have a really detailed look and get really technical about what kind of tricks and traps you're going to bring with you, you might want to bring your sonic bomb or whatever it is that's a bit more out of the ordinary. This is the place to go to stock up on all those tools for the hunt.
Ah, fantastic. So always go into the hunt prepared.
さっき見せたからな、どうしようかな。なんか
I did show you that before, so I'm just having a little bit of a think here. What should we do?
Decisions. 14 to choose from. It's a great selection.
迷いますよね。
Switch axe.
後
Okay.
でも変えれるので。
Well, you can change your weapon at any time by
I
popping back
did
to camp.
I
So
did
That's
play
no
a
need to
lot
get
of Switch
too
X
intensely
in
stressed about
World.
it.
Say having 2 out in the field with you, and then with the seamless gameplay, straight back to camp, change up your weapons, and head back out again.
まあ2周を選んで出かけてまた戻って2周も帰れる
Oh, he
わ
has
けで
dual
す。
そうです
blades.
ね。でセクレット乗るんですけど、今はね、このミッション上、土砂熊、アルファ土砂熊の方にこう、目的のピンが刺さってる状態ですので、バーラハーラにちょっと変えてみますね。
So as we've gone on in the quest here in this show floor demo version, it's already put us right onto an Alpha Toshagama quest. But as I said before, let's manually change the monster that we're going to pin and make our target here and go for a Balahara.
Ooh, sounds like a plan. And also, I see chat very much like that you've got the switch axe as your secondary weapon.
スラッシュアックスをセカンダリーに設定しているのはチャットの方から反響が大きいです。
あ、本当ですか。ちょっとこういうふうに、フィールド自体に今どんなモンスターがいるのかとか、どんな状態が、イベント的に発生しているのか、ここで言うとシビレガスがたくさん発生してますね。でその
So
時間は
that makes me wonder if you can
例えば
pick
今
them up and
So
keep
we're
them.
in the environment overview here, and you can see not only which monsters are on the field and what conditions are going to be happening, but
Interesting.
as he's toggling the timeline, and you see he's hitting left and right on the D-pad to move the minutes along, it's also going to show him the different situations that are going to be happening at any given time in the environment.
そういう意味でちょっと今回はアルファドシャグマンの専用の対
Are
応
they
になっている
collectible,
の
or
で、
is it just something like you can lead the monster into and there's just a ton of paratoads?
Because of again this being a show floor build with specific features in it, you can see that we've locked out choosing monsters from this menu to create a quest.
It's great though, you can kind of almost forecast the experience that's going to come ahead and with the benefits and risks that will come with certain periods and monster appearances.
11分しかあといないみたいですね。こう
So you can see I've pinned this Balahara to make it my target, and it's even given us a bit of a timer indicator there with a countdown of about 10, 11 minutes to show how long we have to catch this thing while it's still around.
ただですね、クエスト化、大体の場合はクエスト化できるんです。今回ちょっと商用のせいでクエスト化できない、土砂熊倒すまでクエスト化できない状態になってるんですが、この状態からクエスト化すると時間が加算されて、ある程度クリア可能な時間、が保証される形にはなります。
Yeah, so if we were going to go and hunt the Alpha Doshagama in this case in the build, then once that quest is done, we'd actually then be able to go to the map and choose another target. But because we're sort of being put on the Alpha Doshagama track by this show floor build, that wasn't possible just now. But if I had defeated the Alpha Doshagama first and then pinned this one, it would top up my quest time and let me continue to hunt for the different monster.
Oh, so yeah, you can just go once again seamlessly from one monster to another in the full game.
これは昨日見せたかな。よいしょ。
Seen a Palico attack come in there.
また昨日も見せましたけど、ジャスト回避成功するとこの鬼人三かわし状態というのになりますので、一時的にちょっとパワーアップした状態ですね。
Yeah, I think we showed it on in one of the previous streams, but you can see I did a perfect evade just now, and that's put me into the more powered up demon mode and given me that red glow effect.
よし、どうしようかな。
Oh,
バーラハーラみたいなやっぱ長いモンスター。さっきジョノもやってたけど、今回乗ってこのいろんなところに動きながら攻撃できるんですけど、ちょっと上手くなってくるとスタミナの余裕を見ながらいろんな部位に傷つけてからフィニッシュに持っていくと結構有利ですよね。
You did something similar, I think, but this is such a long monster. There are so many places I can move around while I'm mounted on it that once you get used to keeping an eye on your stamina and not being knocked off, you can actually attack it enough in different places to open up multiple wounds at the same time, all in one mount session.
so there is a big benefit to staying longer on the monster to open up more wounds.
Wow.
長く乗っていると
You can open up the wounds from the mount.
傷口は開けられるという
Interesting.
感じなんですね。
そうですね、スタミナの続く限り、いろんなところに行きながら、傷つけていった方が良いと思います。
Yeah, as long as you manage your stamina and you have enough left to stay on there, that's totally a good strategy.
The risk reward again. And we can see the wound there on the side of Balahara, so that visual depiction of what you're doing as the hunt progresses.
傷口も分かりやすく表示されている感じなんですね。
そうですね、集中モードを使うと傷が、強調されるんですけど、乗ってるときは集中モードしなくても赤く表示されるようになってますので、結構分かりやすいですね。
That's right, it's situational, so if you're in focus mode, it'll really emphasize those wounds for you so you know what you're attacking for. But even when you're mounted, those wounds will show up
hail
quickly and
slice.
show you what damage you
カッ
took.
トできましたね。
There we managed to
Nice.
cut off the tail,
あえてちょっと置いときますね。
but I'm just going to leave it there for now.
おほら、違うわ、言ってくれない。言ってくれないな。
あ
今その前に言ってくれたかな。切断した部位をお忘れなくみたいなことを、今アルマが手を振ってくれてましたよね。
We've all done that, right? We've all left behind the tail and not counted. So
many times.
you might notice that Alma actually sort of flagged to you that there was a tail over here. So she's giving you support right in the middle of the hunt.
That will personally make a huge difference for me, and I'm sure many other hunters watching.
Yeah.
僕も皆さんも
I've left the tail or two.
開いた尻尾を忘れちゃって
そうなんです。
言っちゃうことが多いと思います
本当に忘れちゃうんですよ。
非常に助かり
お
ます。
忘れなくって言ってくれてめちゃくちゃありがたいですよ。
You will be so grateful to Alma. She's going to be the real MVP for making sure we get those tail carves.
レダウ。
Here's Ray Dow.
レダウ。結構いろんなプレゼンするときにレダウを連れて行ってますけど、僕はこの時間をかけてでもレダウを連れていく価値がある、それぐらい非常に大きなダメージを期待できる存在として設計しようとしてますので。
Yeah, we've shown in some of the other presentations, even the one we just had on the stage, where
いわば
it can become rewarding to lure Ray Dow into your target monster's area because you can expect it to do a lot of damage like it did just right now.
ちなみに今ちょっと、出たんですけども、体力バーが一瞬赤くバッて光ってでお供が危ないみたいなことを言ってくれたと思うんですね。今の、力尽きるくらいの攻撃力のある攻撃が今攻撃が自分に来るときにその体力バーと、お供の声で、知らせてくれます。
So you might notice that sometimes you hear the Palico shouting something out and that the health gauge kind of quivers with an intense red effect. That's an indication that you're about to receive attack that if you don't get away from it or don't dodge, it's going to wipe your HP out
今ね。
and cause you to
そう
cart.
そうそう。
Yeah, so it's essentially
Okay, that's
a
an
cart
that's an
warning for you to make sure
interesting.
you know you're in trouble.
Time to move.
移動しなきゃ気絶するというこ
So
と
your health bar has a cart warning when you see the wavelength that just shows
not
extremely
cart, but you will
erratic and
get,
red.
knocked over.
Still a good time to move.
Yeah.
これちょっとあえて食らおうかな。食らいたい。
Interesting.
ダメージ食らって、
It does kind of take away some of the guesswork, but
右
definitely
緑に光ってるもの
helpful
があ
as
り
far
ま
as
すよね。
information goes.
壁に柱にくっついて
Will help beginners.
You can see this green glow on the
For
wall
sure.
here, and
これをね、フックスリンガーで取って
I just
Hi.
grabbed it with the hook slinger.
することができる新しい環境生物です。
This is a brand new endemic live creature that I've just been able to grab with the slinger.
It's nice to have some heals on the go, especially when you've got something like Ray Dow right on your tail.
レーダーなどの強力なモンスターが近くにいると便利な存在なんですね。
そうですね、セクレットとの相性も良くて、セクレットに乗った時っていうのはモンスターの攻撃を一時的に回避してくれたりしますので、乗ってる間に、フックスリンガーで、壁についているその回復コロン虫を使って回復するっていうのは結構のおすすめの行動になります。
Yeah, it's a really good match for the Sacred Mind as well because whenever it's whether you're using auto or manual, whenever you're traveling along on it, you can actually still use your hook slinger while you're riding along. So if you see one of these useful endemic life that's going to restore your health, you can just reach out and grab it without even getting off your mount.
So keeping up the pace and hopefully keeping up or getting away from Ray Dow.
こういうところはちょっと初めてお見せしてるかもしれないですね。
I think this is the first time we've shown this area actually.
Oh wow.
こっちは多分さっき領土さんが落ちた場所かな。
This might be where, if anyone watched our stage stream that we had in the last hour or so, Ryozo actually ended up falling into a sand trap.
Oh, so when you go through the sand trap, you end up in a new
これ見て
area
く
of
だ
the
さいよ。
map.
There's
ダメー
another-
ジ、しかも下にはお供が。
Not only was I able to use the hook slinger to pull that rock out, grab apart, and damage him when he fell, but my Palico had very usefully set up a trap underneath, so it's great teamwork there.
That teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, the Palicos, they definitely got a little bit of an enhancement.
よいしょ
At least precision for them is insanely good.
あ、違う。あ、出た。オート爆弾です。
There's the stunning bomb.
Always handy for getting a borrowed monster out of the ground.
潜っているモンスターを引き出すのに便利なアイテムです。
そうですね。
The switch axe is dealing out some big damage right now.
And yeah, just to clarify any confusion earlier on, it's not a cart warning, as we said.
Yep,
So I saw in the chat a few people were
It's not
latching
okay.
onto that word, but we clarified that it's more warning you whenever you're going to get exhausted.
Like
so
a big hit that will knock
yeah,
you off your feet.
that will, yeah, really take you
これ
out.
一番強い技。
Okay, so not a cart warning. They
Man,
clarified
Valhalla.
that just now.
一番強い攻撃になる。
That's Balahara's strongest attack position. So
It looked it. It's not often we see that attack, so Balahara must be really taking you seriously.
これだけ大きな攻撃を出すということは、ハンターを強い相手とみなしているということなんですね。
そうです。まあ、バルハラ自体が、まあ、チャタカブラとかに比べれば結構強い、存在にはなりますね。
Yeah, compared to the likes of maybe Chadacabra, which you might have seen in other parts of the map, this is definitely a very fearsome foe.
これ危ないですね。こういう時もほら、回復。
See, so right there, I was able to grab the bigger mantle bug.
ただこれクエストができないので何度もこう通知が来ちゃいますね。クエストができないよ
It's the
うに。
movement
Because as I
patterns
said,
with
we're not
Valhalla is
actually
just
technically on
so
a quest
cool.
to hunt this monster. We've
I-
done
It's
some
it's been a
notifications
while
coming
since
up
we've had a
warning us about,
snake-like monster.
you know, monsters leaving the
これ
locale.
今、お供が挑発しておわっ危ないヘイトを取ってくれようとしてるんですけど、これ多分あんまり攻撃できてない時に倒した今回のサポート力っていうのはすごく上がってい
that was a quick slay.
て、ハンターがあんまり攻撃できてないなみたいに思ったら
Wondering if
自分に
because he's not an
ターゲットを
alpha, he
つけ
didn't
て
have as much
ターゲット
health.
回復だったり攻
He
撃する
killed
間を
he killed
作
that
ったりして
Balahara
くれます
really fast.
The Palico actually did a kind of taunt action there, and you can see it sort of got the aggro onto it from the Balahara, giving the hunter a chance to attack. It's so intelligent that in this case the Palico will understand, okay, the hunter hasn't really got any hits in the last few moments, so I think I need to get the aggro on me and give them a chance to create an opening. So they're really a very smart hunting companion.
Are there any other ways that the Palico can aid you in distinctive ways?
他にお供がサポートできるような行動はあったりしますでしょうか？
そうですね。まあ回復したり、まあ飛ぶモンスターがいたら先行の虫かごを置いてくれたりだとか、まあこの非常ちょっとこれも初めて見せるんじゃないかな。
Oh, this is also another first-time area reveal, as
Wow.
similar to the other one, so that's great.
Okay, so it looks like
yeah, so
he's
the Palico is able
controlling
to
the
do,
swimming, so
you know,
that's
other
interesting.
support actions as well. You know, does the things like usual healing or setting out items to help you deal with flying monsters and that kind of thing. So
今ちょっと何もたまたまからなかったんですけど、潜ってる状態で採取物があったりしたらフックスリンガーで取ることとかもできます。
I didn't have any chance just now, but even when I'm traversing these short underwater sections, if there's anything I can gather down here, I can do that with my hook slinger as well. Let's take a look and see if we find
なん
something.
かこれ魚だ。
There's a fish.
これあったあった。よいしょ。
Yeah, here we go. Grabbed a resource with the hook
Okay, so
slinger.
the resources you can grab underwater.
ちなみに
Still didn't look at any
いわゆる
underwater
アンダーウォーター
combat. They
コンバットは
confirmed that about a month ago.
Just to maybe throw a bit of a, you know, dampener on the chat excitement about underwater combat. It's not underwater combat.
Okay,
There's
so
just
they
a
just
few
said it
areas you
again.
can traverse while diving
すごい
underwater.
コメン
So,
トが。
sorry to
す
sorry
ご
to
いコメ
disappoint
ン
you
ト
all,
が
but
本当ですか？こんなに欲しいですか？
you really wanted that much, huh?
こことかはやっぱキャンプとしては非常に
And this is
囲まれた安
a
全なと
great
ころ。
safe place to put a camp up.
逆にすごく安全であるんですけど、先ほど来たようにすごく奥まった場所にあるので、正直こう、クエストの利便性はそこまで高くないんですけど、逆に採取物とかこういうところでしか取れない採取物っていうのが結構ありますんで、そういうのをこう固めて取りたいときにはああいうところにキャンプ作るのもおすすめです。
It's completely safe. It's not very convenient because if you end up, you know, trash traveling back to this pop-up camp, or if you are brought back there after you faint. I'm going to keep saying carting, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's partly controversial now. It would be quite far out of the way. You might have to go further to go back to the hunt. But as you can see, there's so many resources in this area that there might be different reasons why you want to be able to travel to this area. So it's really up to you.
It's never a bad time to stock up on resources.
Always happy to take the quest.
オトモアイルが専用
That
のオトモアイ
underground
ル
area
が
was
テントの世話だったり
pretty
例えば
cool.
壊された時に
I
修復
really
する
like
こと
I
が
really
で
like
きるん
that,
で
and
す
then
即
just
時に
seems
修復
like
する
a
ことが
lot of
で
different
きるんで
places
す
in
け
the
どそういう
map you
時に
can
は
stock up on
彼に
resources
は
as well
使う
as
ことができます
There's a special palico there who's.
some areas are focused more for hunting.
Pop-up camp
But
thing.
I'm
They're the
curious
ones
what
you
like
see in
kind
the
of
animation
battleground area
created.
they have in
Even if the
the
pop-up camp gets
underneath
destroyed
part.
by a monster, if you have a chat with him, he'll be able to try and help you repair
The
it.
Valhalla
That's
is
very kind of them.
it definitely goes underground, so I'm curious if we can fight it underground
ちょっ
too.
とね、今回のデモ版では、設定できないんですけれども、本当はクエストの設定、アルマとか、クエストボードを介してサポートハンター1名しか来ないようにしたいだとか、要は1名
Alright, this is
サ
the
ポートハン
last
ターだと
day,
自分のお
so
供とサポートハンターのお
are
供と
we
一緒
able
に
to
クエスト
fight
に
Ray
行くことができる
Down
の
and
で、
then
それ
are
を
they gonna try
自
to
分
beat
の
him?
好み次第、あと人がリアルな人が来ないようにするだとか、サポートハンターだけが来るようにするみたいな設定も自由にできるようにはなります。このデモ版でできないですか。
So while this applies to the full game rather than the show floor demo we're playing, you do have some detailed options for the support characters. For instance, if you would rather have one AI support hunter and both of your palicos as a kind of a two-person,
Wait,
two-cat
both of your
hunting
pal?
party,
Oh,
you
okay,
can
never
set
mind.
those
Support
details up
person
by
has
talking
two.
to Alma and fixing your settings there. You could also, make it so that you don't want any human hunters to join whenever you call up an SOS Fleur. If you're, a solo hunter, then those are options available to you. I just can't demonstrate them to you today because they're not in this particular demo version.
Oh,
Look
surprise!
at this
dude.
area. What is
That's
this?
great to know that players will have that flexibility.
It's like its
depending on
nest?
What support they want and who they want that support to be. Tokuru-san, we've not seen this area before, right?
このエリアも初めて見るんじゃないですか。
あ、そうですか。あ、そうか。
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right.
危ない。
So
ちょうど
close.
ちょうどあ。オッケー。当たった。
Hey.
おっとっとやばいやばい。レダウはね本当に危険なので、今この数だけ特別な仕様というかがあってですね、下が帯電してると思うんですね。このピカピカピリピリしてると思うんですけど、この地面が。
So, Raydog's a very powerful monster, but its nest actually has some special proproperties. I think you can see there's a kind of static charge here on the ground.
So this is its nest.
これがですね
He just confirmed
レダウ
that.
が雷の今パパパパッと、攻撃を摩擦を与えるような攻撃や雷の攻撃とかをするとですね、
You can see
広
here
がっていくんですね。この
that actually provides a sort of range effect on his lightning attacks that he hits the ground with. So once he hits the ground, it's going to set off those static areas and cause a much bigger explosion than usual.
So, in some cases, the environment can make a monster even more dangerous to fight with specific attacks.
狩猟する場所によってはモンスターがさらに強力な敵になったりするということです。
そうですね、ここはレダウの巣なので、非常にレダウに対して有利な地形になってます。
Exactly. This nest is Raydog's home turf, so
This is true.
he definitely has the home advantage.
で、さらに、ただここに対して、これでいいかな、対抗手段っていうのがあって、ちょっとパリパリが今なくなったと思うんですよ。
So there is a way to cope with this. You can see that in this area we've got rid of some of the static effects.
雷を吸うような特性を持ったスリンガー弾っていうのがあるので、それを
That's really neat. Like the
That's because
environmental
we're
effects
using the
in this
insulator
area,
pod here
and
that
you
we,
have to.
charged our hook slinger with, and that gets rid of that static and makes it a safer area.
It's similar to the torch pods with the effluvium and the rotten veil.
So players that pay attention to the environment and resources around them can really get some good benefits to help them against more powerful monsters.
周りに注意しながら狩りするプレイヤーの方が得するっていうことですね。
そうですね、環境をよく利用していこうというのが、アルトからの、コンセプトではあるんですけれども、今回もそれが、しっかり継続されています。
That's right. I mean, as you know from Monster Hunter World, we've made a feature of using the environment to your advantage in the games, and that's something what we're building on in Monster Hunter
そう
Wilds.
ですか。危ない危ない危ない。 よしよしよし。まあ、このモンスター本当、最初からこのレダーを倒すつもりでかなり集中してやらないと難しくはなってます。
Radar, I think, is a monster where if you don't, you're going to need to really focus on taking it down if you want to do it in time. It's going to be a very tough and focused fight.
本当は昨日弓でお伝えできなかった、ジャスト、チャージしているときにジャストなタイミングでこうチャージステップすると、スタミナが回復するっていうところもちょっと見せようかなと思ったんですけど、レダーはちょっと危険すぎるので別のところに行きましょう。
I wanted to demonstrate something on the bow, but Radar was giving me a bit too much trouble to manage it. So I'm going to move and see if I can show you how, if you do a charge on the bow and you manage to do a sidestep, and again at that perfect timing mechanic that we've added, it'll recover some stamina for you. So I want to try and demonstrate that to you, some were saying.
Oh wow! So there's a tangible benefit to playing aggressive, and once again, risk reward with the bow.
But it looks like we're going to eat now.
That was a quick rib roast he just took out. Chops. There we go.
今ので12個取れます。あんな取れんのこんがり肉がたくさん入手できました。
Yeah, and if you're able to do it right, you'll be able to get much more meat from the cook.
So it's not just one, multiple, and the more precise you are, the bigger the reward.
じゃあ、リズムに合わせて切った時にもっと
そうなんですよ。こんがり肉が焼けた後で、肉が焼けた後にこの切り方に成功するかしないかで数が変わる。
Yeah, the number you get to eat changes on how successfully you manage to beat
Okay,
the cutting rhythm game. So
the cutting rhythm is
So
the
tasty.
actual game that you have this time. It's not the spigot.
この前の PV で
Okay,
は
okay.
想
I
定
did
して
it. This is the first time I'm hearing that it's
今
a
やった時は
actual
弱
mini
かっ
game.
たじゃないですか。
So I think
Nice.
you'll notice that in the trailer we had a scene where the hunter says so tasty whenever they cooked, but they didn't say it just now, right?
実はですね、ソーテイスティって肉を焼いた後に言ってくれる条件があります。
There's a certain condition you have to fulfill before you're going to hear so tasty after cooking.
ちょっとこれをね、ユーザーさんも含めてぜひ見つけてもらいたい
Interesting.
なと
Okay.
思います。
Nice little
And
tip
that
right
condition
there.
is something for you to find when you play the game.
That's what I
Bring on
figured he would say.
2025.
Yeah, I'd like to leave it up to all the players out there to discover what that
日本
condition
語では上手に焼けましたですね。
is. Yeah, the Japanese phrase is the "jozu ni yakemashita." So it's the same thing. People are going to have to figure out how to find that.
That's fantastic.
Let's be careful.
どこ行きますか？
Where shall we head now?
チャタカブラも意外と見せてないんじゃないですか。
We haven't really necessarily shown Chatakabra off too much on our streams as well. So shall we head over to one?
I really love Chatakabra. I find it
Chatakabra
so
is
cute.
可愛いですもんね。
今ね、またマップに対してもコメントありましたけど、今回この動きながらこう見れるマップと、これをこう全域に広げて止まるながらじっくり見たいマップっていうのが、この押し加減でマップボタンの長押しと軽く押すかどうかで、判定してますので、どっちかセクレット乗ってる時とかも軽く押して動きながらマップ見て、さらに違う目標とか細かいところを見つけてきたりできます。
Seeing a lot of comments in the chat about the new improved 3D map. You may notice there's two different modes. If I just briefly tap the touchpad, it's going to come up in a overlay that lets me continue to move on my sacred while checking out the map. If I want to look at it in detail and stop and take a really good look, then long press the touchpad and you'll get the full map screen to really take a deep investigation into it.
More power to the player again. And here is Chatakabra.
いましたね。
I like that. So the map gets more detailed. You have to stop though for the more detailed version of it. But yeah, I like having the quick map to zoom out so you can see kind of where you are and where you need to go.
瓶とかがアイテムじゃなくて、このゲージ化を使ってできるような形になっています。
As we mentioned yesterday, but in case anyone's just catching us today for the first time, the coatings are no longer stockable items that you take
Yep,
with
we
you.
still
but
can't see
we
it though
change
on the
into
bottom
a
right.
Gauge system.
I guess that's to get more access to the bow a little earlier in the game when you don't have that many coatings.
Serious, slightly ominous as we traverse through the caverns.
ちょっとこの辺は神秘的な音楽が流れるんですね。
これモンスターをこうチェイスしている時に発動する曲で、その原曲の中からこう編集しながらこう、回るの時も追いかけている時の曲ってあったんですけど、そこをこうさらにこう段階を 作ってしっかり遷移するようになってますね。より綺麗に遷移するようになってます。
This is an evolution of Monster Hunter World's background music system, where, as you know, there was a chase theme for monsters and then a combat theme.
Oh,
We've made
I like it.
a
Talking about
more
music.
smooth flow between chase and combat, where it's it's selecting some elements of the music to play as the chase theme, and then it's going to heat up when you get into combat.
Really brings you into the fight.
Yeah, I really like this music. Music just really makes the game. Gives you that full feeling.
Oh, and there we see it.
There we go. Yeah. 今のは先ほど言ってた技なんですね。
そうですね。ジャストチャージ中にジャスト回避成功すると、
Yeah. Perfect evade.
スタミナも回復するという。
Giving me a stamina recharge.
Oh,
It almost feels like
interesting.
Takuda-san is
That's new. So
dancing with
listen,
the bow
perfect
and that's fine.
evade with the bow gives you a stamina recharge.
踊りながら攻撃してる感じになるんですね。
本当に
Okay.
上手い方はね、こう
Stamina management is key, and they've definitely enhanced that for sure.
Yeah, once you get good at the bow in Monster Hunter Wilds, you're really going to be able to pull off those flashy dodge moves. Even I still make control mistakes on this
Don't
one.
we
so-
all? Don't we all?
ガージオス。この前も見せましたけど、こういう生き物からも
Oh.
スリンガーで
Got a
So,
coverage.
Gajos is another one of the smaller monsters on the map, and you can see, I think we did it in one of the previous streams, so I was able to use the hook slinger and just rip one of his teeth out of its mouth.
Oh, bit of dentistry there.
歯医者のような役割なんですね。
So, Takuda-san, Chatakabra's arms look a little bit different right now.
チャタカブラの、あ、
Oh no, it
足
cut
が
us out.
変化したとい
Dang.
うところですけど、
あ、
切れ
そうですね。
ちゃいました
チャタカブラは前足に自分のよだれで粘液をつけて、そことその地面の
Alright.
こう例えば地面が土っぽかったら土のようなもの、鉱石だったら鉱石っぽいものっていうのをまとって、で自分のこう前足をパワーアップするような習性を持ってます。
Yeah, it's got an ability to sort of coat its own front legs in saliva.
Ooh.
And then that lets it take on some of the properties of the ground that it's going to be on. So if it's in a muddy area, it'll get mud on its legs, and that's the usual, mud effect. Or if it's in a more gravelly, rocky area, you'll get that kind of effect. So that's what it does there.
Nice. So, dynamic danger from Chatakabra.
はい。まあ状況次第で戦いが非常に危なくなるかもしれないですね。
そうですね。攻撃範囲とかも強くなりますので。
Yeah, it can even do wider ranged attacks and stuff depending on what it's doing.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. And, before we wrap up, obviously, this is day 3. This is the last of the developer streams. It's been wonderful having you here for the last 3 days. And thank you for sharing so much for the community. Anything you'd like to share before we go?
まあ3日目で最後の生配信になると思うんですけど、ゲームスコンの3日間伝えたいこととか、ユーザーの反響についてコメントがあれば。
そうですね。僕も5年以上、モンスタータワールズ制作を続けてきて、やっと今回一般のユーザーの方にこう触ってもらう機会を得ることができて、本当に、嬉しくいいですし、そのまた、面白かったと言ってユーザーさんが言ってくれる方がすごく多いのが、とても嬉しいです。
I've been working on this game for more than 5 years, so this week at Gamescom 2024 was the first time that we got it into players' hands and were able to get direct feedback. Excuse me. I've been able to really enjoy hearing how much everyone's enjoying the game, and it makes me really happy to know that everyone's excited for it. So it's been a really great experience here for me.
Yeah, I mean, from the community here on the streams and everyone here at Gamescom, I think we're humbled by their amazing support. And what a great presentation as well. So thank you so much.
はい、素晴らしい配信プレゼンテーションありがとうございました。
今まだ開発続けていて、今回こう出している情報も本当にこうゲームの要素の一部です。今本編の方はですね、僕が何回遊んでも本当に面白いものになってきてますので、ぜひ今後も期待していただけたらなと思います。
This is just a tiny glimpse of the game we've been showing this week. We've given you so much information this week, but that's just
Yeah, we know.
Even
Monster
as the
Hunter's
developer, as the
huge
director
game.
myself, every time I play the game, I truly enjoy it and I have fun every single time, and I'm pretty sure you guys will too.
Yeah, it really shows, as everyone says, as we saw in the comments as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And for those watching as well, you can support Monster Hunter Wilds ahead of launch in 2025 by wishlisting on PlayStation and Steam. It does go a long way. So if you would like to do that, Thank you. But just thank you so much for tuning in. It truly is a pleasure. And from everyone from the community, Director Takuda, thank you so much for sharing this with us. It's been a pleasure. And also thank you, Patrick, so much for localizing. You help get this across to the community. And obviously to you, the incredible Monster Hunter community. We wouldn't be here without you, genuinely. So happy hunting, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Bye.
All right. All right. What an amazing 3 days at Gamescom. I mean, we got to see a ton of gameplay. So with that, this video is already at 1 hour and 25 minutes. So, all right, hunters, y'all enjoy, and tune into some of my streams for some Monster Hunter World action all the way up until release of Monster Hunter Wild. So with that, Ajax out, and take care. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and stay tuned for more helpful videos. I know. That's a good boy. Look, good camera. Hey.